Greetings, friends, and welcome once again to my weekly podcast. This is Pastor Richard Seafried, and each week I bring you a Bible study relevant to items in the news, and I relate what the Bible has to say about current events. This podcast is coming to you right from our home here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Well, the big news this past week has been the inability of Congress to act on legislation regarding whether or not to raise the debt ceiling. Of course, we're already $28 trillion in debt as a nation, and now they want to raise it even further. Congress is really divided and in the matter of trying to decide on a brand new $3.5 trillion spending plan, which is basically a wish list for the radical left-wing liberal progressives and has nothing really to do with infrastructure at all. Well, certainly these are troubling times. For those of us that believe in not spending more than what you can afford to pay back, the actions of our federal government are most alarming. The Bible teaches us to be good stewards or good managers of our money. That is a very important, basic Bible principle. Don't spend what you can't pay back. Going heavily into debt is very unwise. That is not a good personal practice for any of us. And of course, again, our government isn't setting a good example when it comes to good stewardship. The Bible says in Romans chapter 13, verse 8, "Owe no man anything." And that's pretty clear. It is in the context of paying taxes, because this is the chapter that talks about our relationship to the powers that be, the political powers of government. It says in verse 6, "For this cause pay you tribute also." And tribute in Bible times meant taxes. "Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor." And right after it says that we need to pay our taxes, it says, "Owe no man anything." That's an interesting context when you think about responsibility of one paying their taxes. Now, some people would take "owe no man anything" to imply that we should never have any debt of any kind. However, in order to buy a home in today's world, or even a car, you do have to go into debt for those things. The difference, however, is that those things are secured debts. They are backed up by the collateral, for instance, of your home. If you no longer can make your mortgage payment, you can sell your home and pay off the debt. If you don't pay your car payment, they'll just come and take your car away from you. So those are secured debts. I think what the Bible is warning us against is unsecured debts. The parable Jesus gave in Luke 14 is a very interesting passage, and let me read that for you. Jesus gives a parable about how unwise it is to not consider the cost of things. He says, "For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counts the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it?" Well, that's just common sense, isn't it? If you can't pay for something, you shouldn't even try to purchase it. Now, our country just can't help but keep on piling up trillions and trillions of dollars of indebtedness. But one day there will be a breaking point, I'm afraid. There's going to come a day of reckoning because such unwise fiscal policy is going to reach a breaking point. And I'm fearful that one day the entire economy is going to collapse because of this extreme indebtedness. Every Christian should be a fiscal conservative because that is a Bible principle. This has nothing to do with politics. This is just what the Bible teaches. The principle of being a good steward, a good manager of the resources and the money that God has given to us. We shouldn't waste it. We shouldn't spend it recklessly for things we don't need. We shouldn't be foolish in our purchasing habits. We need to be fiscally conservative because the Bible tells us that that's how we should act. If you have too much consumer debt right now, dear Christian friend, I would strongly encourage you to embark on a plan to get yourself out of debt. Go to a good Christian counselor that can set up a plan for you to pay off those debts. And it'll be the smartest thing you ever did. Because for every debt that you pay off, you set yourself more free. There is a wonderful freedom to be had in just having your debts paid off. Well, I hope this Bible study has been a blessing and an encouragement to you. May the Lord richly bless you, and I hope to have you tune in next week for my podcast that's coming to you next week. The Lord bless you.